Hi everybody, I'm Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Roy on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today I'm going to be telling you how to get on a PR list. Talking about today. If you're watching this video at the same time, I'm probably posting a how much PR I get in a month video, so you can kind of see my qualifications. I've been a beauty content creator for 5 going on 6 years, and I'm on a lot of PR lists, not just for beauty but also for candles. I post a lot about candles. I received mochi on dry ice. I received a lot of different different niche variety of things in my PR list, and I'm here to tell you about that. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I feel like they're clashing with the lights, but like, didn't it make you want to trust me more? Like, didn't it give reliable? Didn't it give knowledgeable? Anyways, let's get started. So first of all, what is PR? So PR is gifting. PR is when brands send you their products in the mail. Basically, you should not be paying for PR. It doesn't really come with many strings attached. It shouldn't come with that many strings attached. That's what PR is. It's a gifting. However, I want to tell you my golden rule for working with brands. These brands are not your friends, okay? They're not your friends. They're not sending you birthday gifts because they want you to have it. PR for them is a business transaction. They are trying to send you products so that you can use it, you can show it to your audience, you can display it, you can try it out, you can wear it casually on lives, things like that. They want to see a return on investment, and that, I feel like that is where a lot of the PR confusion comes in. PR is not sent just because you love the brand. It's because you use a brand and that you can bring the brand some money back. I'm also a graduating senior marketing major at Howard University, so seeing it on the brand side and having to do financial statements and the money really makes you realize these are not gifts, okay? But they do come in pretty boxes, and it is really fun. But I want you to remember that as you start your PR journey and as you question like how to get on PR lists. Alrighty, so I want to talk about how to get a brand's attention and how to get a brand to reach out to you and discover you to send you PR, and not so much how to pitch yourself to a brand. However, if you want a video on that, let me know down below. I made an old one, but I can make an updated video. But first, we're just going to talk today about getting a brand's attention and how to, make them want you to be on their PR list. All right, step number 1, evaluating yourself. Everybody wants to skip this step for some reason. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. You just immediately want to do action and like, oh, I just got to go talk to the brand. I just got to get them to notice me. Let's calm down. Let's take a step back. Do you want them to notice you looking how you're looking right now? And when I say looking how you're looking, I talk about yourself. I mean your brand, your page, right? Is your page ready for visitors? There's like a golden trick, not a golden trick, but it's a very common trick in most of these videos that you hear about growing your Instagram, PR, anything like social media marketing. Look at your top 9 posts. So like, go on your Instagram, look at the top 9 posts, like as if you're not yourself. Just go on there and just look. Is this what you're trying to give off? Is it giving what you're trying to give? Thoughts. And I'm going to tell you exactly like what sort of things you should be looking for. Of course, quality of posts. That's a big one. Like if you're only posting blurry pictures, it's kind of hard for a brand to be like, you know what? When she takes a picture of our product, it's going to make people want to buy it. They can't make out what it is because all your other pictures are blurry, or you just didn't put a lot of effort into taking the picture. You have like a lot of things going on in terms of quality. But going a little bit deeper, what are you posting? Right? So you want to make sure that you're using products that either the brand sells itself or are in the same niche, right? So I'm a beauty content creator, and if I wanted, a beauty brand, let's just pick one. If I wanted ColourPop to send me something, but I'm only posting plant pictures, there's a disconnect. So you want to make sure that you are at least posting, products that the brand uses, even if the brand sells. Bonus points if you're using the brand's products, and we'll talk about that later. But if you're a mommy blogger and you show yourself, doing a lot of household chores and washing dishes and using dish detergent, then yeah, maybe Dawn Dish Soap will be like, okay, if we send her this, she's going to make content with it, or she's going to use it, or she's going to post it. And of course, there's always a risk. There's always a risk of like, she may not post it. Like, I don't post every single thing I get in PR, but at least we can see, it's a risk that we'll take because she does wash dishes. So dish soap that works. You want to make sure that you're using the products that the brand sells. You can't say, oh my gosh, I want, shoes and PR, and you don't post any fashion stuff. You only post pictures of your family members. Casually. Why would I send you shoes? You know what I mean? So that's first. Now, follower count, this is like a really big question, but the more and more you get on PR lists, the more and more you work with brands, you realize that doesn't really matter, okay? Follower count doesn't really matter. It's more about the quality of content that you use. Of course, follower count does enhance a brand wanting to work with you. I mean, it's just a math thing. Like, somebody who has 300,000 followers can show the product to more people than somebody who has 3 followers. That's just basic math, but that don't count yourself out. People always count themselves out about follower counts. No, it's about what type of content you're creating. Because they might say, if we send her this package, she's gonna do a video that's so good, so high quality, and maybe we can, repost it, maybe we can use it. It's really about the quality of content, especially with the algorithm these days. Alrighty, so evaluating yourself. Are you ready for a brand to come in here and look at you? Are you? Do your posts reflect the things the brand sells? Do your posts reflect you well? And it's not just on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Are you proud of the post, and does it reflect what you're trying to give off? If you're trying to be a beauty influencer, not that you have to pick a niche, but trying to be a beauty influencer, you have no beauty posts, you might need to go back to the drawing board. Like I said before, I've got candles in my my mailbox, my PR list before. I've been on candle PR lists. That's because I was posting a lot of candle content on my story, not necessarily just in static posts, but I was posting a lot of candle content, and brand said, hey, if we send her a candle, she's going to show it off. She's showing all these new candles that she gets. Yeah, so that's step number 1. Now we're going to talk about getting a brand's attention, which is where everybody wants to jump to next. But if you get the brand's attention, it's kind of like shooting your shot in dating. If somebody shoots their shot at me and I look at them, I get to know them, I'm like, oh, this is not what I want. I want to remember that. That's the first impression that you have. So that's why it's important to clean up your page first, because now you try to talk to me, it's like I already know you and I know that we're not compatible. We're not going to work. Just based off the last time I saw you. And maybe you changed your whole page up, but why run that risk? Just get your page together first and then reach out to the brands. Get yourself together first and then shoot your shot at that person. All right, so getting a brand's attention, how do you do this? So first of all, using the hashtags they follow. If you go to a brand's page where it says followers and following, or anybody's page and it says followers, following, y'all know y'all be looking. There is a hashtags section. So it'll say what hashtags the brand follows. That's a really, really, really good way to get on their feed, because you know that they follow those hashtags and that they see those hashtags in their feed. Next, you want to tag them in your post. So there's 2 ways to do this. Right now I'm talking about Instagram. You also tag people on TikTok. You can tag people on Twitter as well. But I'm going to talk about the 2 different ways on Instagram first, because there's a big difference, right? Not a big difference, small difference. But I'm going to dramatize it a little bit because I think it's really important. So there's 2 different ways to tag people in your posts. You can tag them in your captions, right? Especially for my beauty influencers, making product lists. People usually ask you in the comments, like, what are you wearing? Blah, blah, blah. Making product lists helps in 2 ways. 1, you answer people's questions and they don't have to, say, oh, she's gatekeeping, which I don't like when people use that word for that. And 2, it can help get the brand's attention, because every time I list out the products that I'm using, I'm tagging the brands too. So there is a running list, a running tag when they come to my page of, oh yeah, she uses a lot of our products. Like, I keep seeing us being tagged in her captions. Yeah, she uses our products. So it's really important that we send her more products, because she's using the products that we send her. She's already a good return on investment. Let's send her more so she can use more things. Also, people do get removed from PR lists. It's not like once you're on forever. So these tips can help you stay on a PR list as well. Also, tagging them in the post itself. So that's tagging in the caption when you type it out. Tagging in the post itself. And the reason why I want to emphasize this is, as somebody who, is grateful and fortunate enough to have a following of people who recreate my looks, sometimes people tag me in their caption, but that only shows up in your notification center, like your notification bar where you see the likes. That only shows up there. And, if you get a lot of likes, like these big brands are getting, they're getting a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of interactions. it's going to get pushed down so quickly by all the other interactions that they have. However, if you tag them in posts, you can go to their tag section and they can go see you at any time. If people tag me in their recreations, like actually tag me in the post, I can see that on the little tab on my page, and I can go back months later and scroll down and say, oh, you tagged me in this post, and I can find it way easier. So you make sure you tag them both ways. Next, you want to interact with their social media pages. It's really like dating in a way. It's like, how are you going to get this person's attention? Well, I need to be where they're at. I need to be on their social media pages. When they tweet, a lot of brands are active on Twitter, and they don't get a lot of activity and a lot of interaction and engagement on Twitter. So go over to Twitter, girl. Go over there and, mix and mingle and hey, and like some stuff. And, they do a lot of call to actions on Twitter. A lot of brands do. Answer those calls to actions. So then they'll say, oh my gosh, I keep seeing this username over and over again. Okay. Interact with them. Post them and tag them in your stories as well. When you use their products, post them and tag them in your stories. When people ask you, like, who are your favorite brands, who are your favorite products, you should always do those, like, maybe a couple times a year, of people asking, like, what are your favorite products? What are your favorite brands? Because first of all, you want to answer people's questions. But second of all, it's a great opportunity to tag brands in your story and mention products that you like. Or even if you don't have a product, some brands that I like, I don't even own anything of theirs. Like, I liked Milk Makeup before I even owned anything of theirs, and I'm on their PR list. The reason why is I appreciated how they felt about me, how they acted towards social justice. I just appreciated their ethics, their integrity, right? So you may not have, this is a hack right here. You may not have anything from the brand, but you may love something about the brand. Go ahead and put that in there too. Align yourself with the brand in as many ways as possible. Give them as many reasons to say yes as possible. So, okay, she uses our stuff. Okay, she posts our stuff. She tags us in the picture so we see her. She keeps interacting on our social media pages. So, she's really, invested. She's really committed to us, to at least interacting with us. And that's a big thing on social media. And then she loves our ethics, or she loves, a charity that we work with. Like, I know Benefit works with, they have like a whole charity thing. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's escaping me. But all right. She aligns with our ethics. She aligns with the things that we pride ourselves on as a brand. There you go. And that's how you get a brand's attention, for real. You can also DM them and shoot your shot at them and do a whole pitch. I'll do a video on that, with like a template and all of that. But basically what you're doing is just reaching out to them and saying, hey, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, and this is what I do. And this is why it's really important to know yourself and evaluate yourself first, because in evaluating yourself, you should also look at your analytics. And like, for example, I know how many followers I have. I know that almost half of the ragdolls on Instagram, the ragdolls are my followers, by the way. If you're new here, welcome. But I know that almost half of the ragdolls on my Instagram are international. That could be a really big thing for a brand that's in, another country. Like, I know Lagos, Nigeria is one of my top 5 cities. So if a country is, in Nigeria or trying to do something new with Nigeria, I know that I have some ragdolls over there in Nigeria. Things like that, right? People get so caught up on, oh my gosh, follower count. I have 500,000 followers. Okay, but there's so many other selling points. Or I have 5 followers. There's so many other selling points. You may have 5 followers, but a really high engagement rate, because every time you post, you get 5 likes. You may get even more likes than you have followers. You may want to talk about your engagement rate first. Once again, we're talking about ways to make people say yes. All right? You don't need to talk about your 5 followers. You may want to talk about the fact that 100% of your following is male, and you want to work with this company because they do stereotypically men products. They sell men's razors. They do men things. So you may want to say, 100% of my audience is male. They're going to go look at your follower count. But you don't need to tell them. You don't need to tell them from the start. You want to just really highlight, like, hey, I do this, and here's who looks at it. Yeah, you may have had one viral video. It doesn't matter that you don't have a high following count. You need to bank on that viral video. And I made one video using men's razors, and I got 1 million views. you don't need to add the context of all the things when you reach out to these brands. But I'll do a whole separate video on that because, as you can see, I have a lot to say. I also am thinking about doing a video on how to look at your analytics and how to read them. I did like an Instagram thing, smaller content on my story, kind of teaching that, but I think I want to do a video on that as well. So ask me any questions you have about Instagram analytics and pitching to brands, all that sorts of things down below, so I can make sure that I include that in the next video. But yeah, that's basically how to get on a PR list. You want to evaluate yourself and your brand. You want to say, hey, do I make content that aligns with this brand? Do I have a brand affinity to this brand? And then you want to get the brand's attention, right? And yeah, that's how that works. You can also pitch to a brand, but that's kind of like, whoa, it's a whole world in itself. Also, I'm trying to break up my videos because y'all can learn better that way if I break them up. So yes. Yeah, so that's basically all I have to talk about today and how to get on a PR list. Drop any questions down below. You can also forward any questions to my Instagram if you want not a quicker response. I pretty much reply at the same time, but if you want to get more in depth and you want to get more personalized questions and one-on-one, check out my Instagram at Raggedy Royal. Also, we could talk on Twitter and TikTok. If you want to see any of the content that I make and you want to stick around for my looks or for my bucket list content, I do a whole bucket list extravaganza over on my TikTok. Follow me on there. Make sure you subscribe for more influencer insiders and also videos like this. Check out my video of me opening my PR boxes because it takes a lot of work to save them up for this long. So go check that video out also to just kind of see what PR looks like and get the inside scoop. Also, if you want to know how to do this look, I just posted a video on this. It is a smoky eye tutorial, so go check that video out as well. Make sure you give this video a like if you learned anything. Comment any questions you have down below. I keep saying that because it's really helpful because I can kind of just like answer what y'all want to know in these questions. It gives me a little bit of a guide as well. And yeah, turn your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. So nobody was going to tell me that I had the little glasses mark on my face. It's okay. I have nothing to prove. Y'all know I'm sexy. I'm just going to put the glasses back on.